Hello, this is a very special segment or episode of the Stronghold Digital Mining Daily Update. We're just going to focus basically on one part of our recently concluded Q2 2023 investor presentation. Listen, I know that time is often times of the essence, right? And we don't have a whole lot of time to wade into these presentations. There's one slide that I think is going to be of really most relevance to you. I mean, I encourage you to check out the whole presentation, right? Read everything, but this slide 8, okay, slide 8 on the slide deck. It's called Acute Relative Value Dislocation. The subtitle is Select Valuation Metrics for Public Self-Mining Focused Peers. I'm going to turn this over to Matt in just a second here, and we're going to watch and listen in real time to that portion of the investor presentation. But check it out, because basically, compared to our peers, we should really be trading at around $21 to $23 a share, just based on where we are right now. Okay, not about like, hey, where are we going to be in the future? Just based on, hey, how are we operating right now? Our current metrics, right, compared to our peers. All right, so check it out. Here it goes.
We understand that there are a number of ways to value businesses, with cash flow and key drivers of cash flow as metrics being the most useful. Using most of those metrics, Stronghold is undervalued when compared to our public peers. While DCF valuation and multiples on cash flow metrics are generally the best indicators, the range of market assumptions used by equity research, as well as the funding requirements for peers to achieve their growth plans, make comparability quite difficult for such methodologies. Here we show enterprise value, which is the value of equity and debt, less cash and Bitcoin holdings, divided by current hash rate capacity and Bitcoin production, the primary drivers of revenue in our industry. When looking at these metrics, Stronghold currently trades at close to a 60% discount compared to our peers. This is surprising to us, and we believe our valuation discount will narrow over time as we remain well-positioned relative to our peers.
I mean, if that's not genuinely compelling, then I don't know what is. Because at the end of the day, right, we've talked about this before. The one number that all of us, right, as co-owners of this business, as shareholders of this business, the one number that we oftentimes care most about is the stock price. And it is abundantly obvious at this point. It's like there's no hiding this anymore. We are dramatically, shockingly, obscenely undervalued. I mean, there should have been probably some kind of warning, viewer discretion advised, right? This is an obscenity that we're going to be disclosing here, right? And it is like, we're just so not valued comparably to our peers. And yeah, you can make arguments, well, this is why, that's why, but look, at the end of the day, man, we're executing really, really well. Okay, there's no reason why we should be trading at this discount. It's ridiculous. I mean, I guarantee you, we are by far not the so-called dirtiest t-shirt in the laundry basket. I just think it's for a variety of reasons, it's probably more like 80% just like, hey, maybe obscurity. Maybe people just don't recognize, hey, wait a minute, there's this company here called Stronghold Digital Mining that's doing legitimately good work. They're doing really well overall operationally, and they're trading at this massive discount to their peers. To me, this is like an investment opportunity of a lifetime in a way, right? If you look at it through that lens. So I hope you found that interesting. Again, if there's nothing else you check out from the investor presentation today, that was it. Slide number 8. Really, really important. $21 to $23 a share. That's not a guarantee. That's not a promise that our share price is going to go to that level. It's just a commentary on how ridiculously undervalued we are based on the measurement metrics that were used to put that slide together. And so if you're somebody who likes comparison, I tend to prefer not comparing us to our peers. I like to compare us, right, to what we say we're going to do and whether or not we actually do it, which, by the way, we're doing really good in that department. But to the extent we're going to compare ourselves, or at least compare our relative valuation to that of our Bitcoin mining peers that are publicly traded, it's obvious that, if this were I've been watching a lot of Tour de France documentaries on Netflix, it seems lately, if the peloton is like here, we're sort of like, we're being treated as if though we're, 45 minutes behind, so to speak. Actually, more than that, like we're down like, we're trading at a 62% discount to the pure average. So let's imagine like the Peloton's up ahead and we're like 62% behind them, over, let's say like an hour behind them. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I think you agree with that, because I know that we've talked about numbers like $20 a share, $30 a share. I mean, this isn't that surprising for those of us who talk about Stronghold Digital Mining on a practically daily basis, right? But it's really, really awesome to see this type of analysis being presented in our investor presentation, slide number 8. I mean, this makes it abundantly obvious. Our stock has a long, long way to go if you believe in this type of analysis, and if we, catch some breaks and people start looking at us a little bit differently. We're well past due an opportunity to trade. At least, nobody's talking about, let's trade at a premium, right, to our peers. It's like, can we at least just be back in the Peloton, so to speak, right? I mean, this isn't a heroic valuation. This isn't like, if we execute flawlessly for the next 3 years and Bitcoin goes to $1 million a coin. No, this is just based on what's going on right now, like right this moment. It's shocking. It's shocking, and I'm really excited to see these types of numbers being presented as what is possible if we were to start trading at a valuation that's comparable, right? Just kind of like, the average of our peers. So that's the main takeaway from today's investor presentation. So if you do nothing else, just think about that. $21 to $23 a share. Okay, that's, you decide if it makes sense to buy shares in this company or not. Okay, we'll see you a little bit later on today.